I can see.
Okay.
So first, give me
So,
overview of the case study. Your understanding on the case study.
okay, what I understood was,
Open that case study, which I have given. Two screen. I have sent two PDF file. Right. Open those two files. No, I think HR had sent you right on email case study. Not this. It was
I
sent last.
just,
It was sent last week.
okay.
Yeah. So you can tell me what is your understanding on this.
Okay, my understanding is building, because before I submitted, I asked you to explain for me more. So, from your explanation, I understood that I'm, I'm expected to build an invoice app where, where you could see the details and we could perform some operations like creating CRUD operations, reading, updating, and deleting of invoices. So, and in the app, it will be like products. So when someone buys a product, it generates the invoice for the person. So, and in that invoice, it will have price, it will have other details, the name of the product, the picture of the product, the quantity, signature, date, address of the buyer, and the date. So, so all those details must be there, and I will be able to delete to see the product and also to create the invoice. So, and
So there are
I
eight
used a
points.
simple
There are 8 points, eight
the
guidelines.
endpoint.
Which one is applicable for you?
Okay, this coding, and for the back end, I used mock API as it suggested for me, and I I used a good architecture and the design, just a simple UI design. It's not complex like that, like you suggested for me that day. And then
No, you can go one by
the
one
engine.
from the top and you can tell it is applicable for you or not. The first
Okay,
one is applicable. You have to understand the requirement and you have to tell me if you have any doubt or questions in that. Okay. Then you have to show me your technical requirements for that implementation of the requirement. What all the technical things you have to do. And
okay,
then,
okay.
yeah,
Do I need to just explain it, or I will show you in my app why I explain?
yes. So can you open the invoice also?
Okay,
Open the other document. Yeah. So looking at this document, what do you think? What is your responsibility? What you have to do?
so my responsibility is to recreate this invoice as an app where it will display all these details like the address, the name of the company, the
What is the
item,
role
the
you are
price.
applying?
Sorry,
For which role you are applying? What is the area?
Flutter, Flutter developer.
Data development. So
Yeah.
UX design is must for you, isn't it? You don't have to
Yes,
do that UX design, but UX designer will do it, and your requirement is the UX design.
sorry, I didn't get what you said. Right?
Before you design the Flutter development of the mobile app, so you need to know what is the UI specification or UX,
Okay, yes, yes,
right?
I know.
So
Yes,
looking at this page, can you implement like this only in mobile app? Is it suitable user interface for mobile app?
um, this this can be recreated in a different way for mobile app because of the screen size, but like this cannot be achieved in a mobile app
Exactly.
because of the
Because
screen
of
size.
space, you cannot implement like this. This is okay for web browser application, but
Yes,
for mobile app,
yes,
you need the different type of UX design,
yes,
right? So did you think of that? What kind of how you'll represent this page?
yes, yes. I thought of that and I made a simple design of it.
Okay, okay, fine. So let's go through that. What is the design you have made?
Okay, I'm running the app on my mobile device. Please accept my second
So you
account
don't
in the
have the
meeting.
simulation in your laptop for the mobile app?
I I have, but if I use the emulator, it will be dragging my system. It will be hanging. So I just run it on my app using Wi-Fi.
Okay, okay.
Please allow me to join using my second account so that I could
Sure.
share my screen. Let me just stop sharing here.
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay. So now this is the app. This is the starting of the app.
Okay, okay. So we have to,
Now this is
yeah.
okay. Now this is like I'm reading the current invoices that have been generated. So this is I could also delete all of them. And now from the mock API I use, they only have avatar of people. They don't have avatar of products. They don't have pictures of products. So bear with me if you are seeing pictures of people instead of products, but it's meant to be pictures of products there.
Mhm.
So now this is like a few details about the invoice. Like you can see, car is the name of the product, but the quantity sold and the price. So the round is sooner quantity sold and the price with the image. So now in mobile device, I designed it in a way that someone could click any of the invoice and see the full details and the simple design I used for it. So we're just going to click one. So this is how I was able to design the invoice with all the details there. So it has the customer ID, the image of the product name, customer address, the price, the description of the product, total money spent in product, the quantity bought, the customer signature, and the time it was bought. So this time it was bought was like time the invoice was generated, and you can see we can delete the invoice, and from here we could also go back and here we could, in this icon at the top, we could refresh. That is, we could read the latest or the updated invoices. And at this top here, at this icon, the plus sign here, we could create new invoice automatically. Now we've created it from the snack bar, from the toast. It's telling us to refresh so that we could fetch the newly created invoice. So when we refresh now, we get the newly created invoice. So now it's three. So the one we just created now is salad, quantity sold. So this is like automatically generated details, like the figure details from the mock API. So now let's check the details of the new one we created. So this is it. So this is the design I used. And let's try deleting some of these invoice. Now if we delete, we press delete, it has been deleted successfully. And even if we refresh, it's not coming back. So it has been deleted successfully. And also let's try deleting this tuner. Delete. It has been deleted. So let's try deleting all of them. Let's see what we are going to have. Okay. So if someone doesn't have a product the person has bought, that means the person doesn't have an invoice. This is what the person is going to see at initial. You currently do not have any invoice. Click on the plus icon to create a new invoice. So now let's create a new invoice and then we'll refresh.
Can you
This
do
will
one
be
thing? Now you can show the code for your these pages and how you are integrating with the API.
okay from my code. Okay, okay. Let me. I will stop sharing this one so that I could share from my computer.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the app here.
So you can give an overview of the code and also show me how you are integrating with the APIs.
Okay, now this is the views. This is the assets, the images I used, well organized. This is the routing I used. I use Go Router by Google. Okay, now these are the views. So uh, this is the launching of the app. This is the first. You see the splash screen first. So from the splash screen, we'll go to home. And then this is the home. So I'm using the Dio plugin to hit the endpoint. I'm creating my own app object and list of invoices here. Now this is the get invoice. We are trying to read the current invoice. This is it here. So I'm using a set state, which is a Flutter's default state management. So when we refresh our page, it will start loading immediately. That is this certain state is true, and then it will fetch it. After fetching it, it will stop the loader. So this is how I'm fetching the.
So you are hard coding the URL endpoint.
This is the URL endpoint here. This is how it's been done.
Yeah. So where you should take the this from? Where you should define this URL? You should not hard code it.
Uh, yes, the this base URL, I could define it in constant.
Hmm.
Yes, something like, let me just quickly show you. So I'll just create a constant. I'll name it base URL. Okay, so now let us. Okay, so we could do it like this. This is a simpler.
Yeah, go ahead. That's right.
Okay,
And how do you do
so
the
and then after.
exception handling here? Let's say if there is an issue in that get response, if right data does not come, then how will you handle the exception?
Okay, uh, right now I'm not handling the exception, but I could handle it after this. Now this rest is the response. So I'll be like if rest is, I could use try catch, but I like using error hint. So if rest is error hint, return or print an error. Could return, let's say, so let's say this. Like this now, I'm catching the error. And also this print here
If
is, yeah,
exception
it's print.
comes, let's say if exception comes in get method, it won't come to this if in line number 52.
Yeah,
If there is an exception in line number 48, then this 52 line, the execution won't come here.
no,
That
it will
you
come
understand what I said?
because, yes, I understand what you're saying. Now this rest, whatever is executed there, if there's an exception here, this it will be here. So this dot then means
No,
this rest is the result.
let's say if your URL endpoint is down, okay, then it will not get any response because it is not able to send the request itself. Until request is received by the server, it won't send any response. You can try by disabling the URL or give a wrong URL and try. Throw exception.
Okay. So I would use geo exception. So it will
It won't work with if else exception handling. You have to do it in try catch block only.
okay. Let me.
That's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Move on with your no, presentation.
Okay. Okay. I use try block, but I prefer using this way. Like it's
Do you
more
have any
professional.
URL or endpoint for post method?
Endpoint for post method.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's creating.
Yeah.
So,
Go to that post method.
so this is it.
No, no, I'm not saying postman. I'm asking, do you have a post method in which is implemented in your
Yes.
application?
Yes. Yes. Let's get right into it. So this is we've done. Now this is the create. This
Yes.
is where I'm using
Create
post.
method. Right.
Yeah. So after creating the invoice, it will check if the page have been loaded. That is, if it will now transfer the data gotten from this response into the empty object I'm creating as a map. Now, if it's successful, it will print this snack bar and it will stop loader. So this is what I'm using post. We could also come here to use our is you out. So all of them is the same endpoint, just different method.
Mm-hmm.
So let's I used delete. So in the details view, this is where I'm calling my model. So in the details view,
That's
deleting
fine.
the
Let's move on with other thing.
okay.
Okay. So tell me what HTTP status code you know about HTTP status code?
Okay, HTTP.
HTTP status code. No, tell me about HTTP status code.
Okay, HTTP is just doing the same work as this deal. So if I don't use this deal, I could use HTTP. So this deal and HTTP are doing the same work. Yeah, I could just
What are
instead
the
of
different
this
types of HTTP
deal
status code? What are the different code ranges?
code ranges. You mean the methods?
No, no. HTTP status code like 200 series, then 300 series, 400 series. So status code
Okay. Oh,
201
status.
is there. What it means? 201.
Okay. Okay. 200. If the status code is 200, it means it's okay. Like there's no error, there's no issue. If it's 400, it means bad request. If it's 401, it also means bad request or invalid. Maybe the type being passed is maybe you are passing a strange when it's requiring an integer. That means it will tell you an invalid type.
What are the different series? The 200 series, what does it do?
The 200 represents a successful execution.
Okay, and 300?
It means 300. I don't know about the
400, 400 series.
400. 400 represents a bad request.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if you're using
Yeah,
an invalid
those are
type,
the some 200, 300. But do you know internally what are the others? Can you name some more code, status code?
uh, no, I cannot name other status code.
Okay, okay. Yeah, go ahead. What else you want to show me?
Okay. This is where we see all the details. I'm using a list view, building the using the invoice list I'm getting from the API, and then I'm building it so that if it changes from the back end, it also changes here in the UI. So this is it. And I'm using few plugins like the Gap from Google, the Go Router from Google, and this Geo, which is used for the internet routing of endpoints. And this international is
Okay, that's
for
nice.
date format.
Yeah, that's okay. Can you tell me about Flutter architecture? How does it look like?
Okay, so we have different types of architecture someone could use. We have the clean architecture, we have the MVVM pattern, we have the MVC pattern. The MVC is using a controller, but it was not used on this app. Then the MVVM is using the is model view pattern, which I use here, MVVM pattern, which I use here. So we also have the TDD. Depends on which one the developer chooses to use or is more comfortable to use.
Can you tell me more about Dart framework?
Okay, that is a programming language which is used in Flutter framework. So that is the language which we build on Flutter. So all these codes we are writing here, like the types and everything, is on that. While all these widgets, like the list view, the padding, the icons are on Flutter. So that is the programming language we use in writing Flutter apps.
So what are the limitations are there in Flutter? What are the drawbacks or disadvantages?
Okay. Uh, Flutter, Flutter is progressive, so I could not like pick a disadvantage of it, but I think they need some improvement in some aspects.
Okay. And how
I
do you
think they need.
deploy the Dart Flutter application?
How do I deploy Flutter application? Okay, you could deploy to GitHub using the GitHub actions. You could also deploy to Firebase using Firebase app distribution. You could also deploy to advertise.io. That's a virtual simulation platform for testing. You could also deploy to App Store. That's the iOS App Store using Xcode here. This Xcode is what we use to deploy the iOS version, and we run the app using the iOS simulator. Then we could also deploy to the Google Play Store using your Google account, your Google developer account, and uploading the APK or the AAB from here. Output this APK here. So on your after creating your account and putting every other details, your logo and every other thing, this is the APK. You could just easily upload there and publish your app on Play Store. And for iOS, you build it here and
Yeah, that's fine.
upload the app from there.
Tell me about app state. What you understand
App
by
state.
app state? Yeah.
Okay. App state. I also call it app lifecycle. It's the state of your app. Your app could be on a detached state. It could be on a stopped state. It could be on a minimized state. It could also be on a resumed state. So it depends on the user's interaction with your app. A user could minimize your app, and then you could also detect if your app is being minimized using the app lifecycle state. I've used that many times on my apps. So now let's say you built an app where the screen automatically locks. You have to use that app lifecycle to detect if the user have minimized the app or close the app, and then you run the lock execution to lock the screen. That's where we use it in all these apps like Binance that automatically depends on the settings. So that's where we use app states.
We have run method and we have main method, right? Flutter.
Yes.
So what is the difference?
Difference between main method and
Run method.
app state. Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Run app method and
Okay.
main method. What is the difference?
Okay. Main method is the entry file of your app. That is the initial file that is being executed when the app is being run. And then the run app is the function that executes your app, that runs your app, that opens your app. So here we could
What are keys? What are keys in Flutter?
keys in Flutter.
Key. What do you understand by keys? Key, key.
Okay, keys. Keys is like a controller to widgets or components in Flutter. So now, if you want to have access to a widget or a controller from a different file or from a different page, you could use keys like, for example, the text form field where someone is inputting the name. You could use a key of form state, and that key will be able to detect the user interaction in that form. So when a user tries to submit a form without inputting the name, it could detect and tell the user this name has not been inputted. And also, if the user submits a form, it could also collect the user's details, the name, email, password. It could also collect it using the key. And you could also use key in scaffold. That means in a page, in a screen, you could also use the key to navigate.
That's fine. Yeah. Can you tell me about container class in Flutter?
Okay, container class is like a box. It's like a division. It's like a section. You could use it anyhow you want. You could use it to build whatsoever. You could use it to build a button, like in that app, most of the things there are being used. So, okay, let me show you where I use the container. So here I used, and that container contains the column. The whole invoice is a container, and the column contains the details. So this is it here. This is the container I used. It has a margin and the padding, making it giving it space and making it align well. And this is the decoration, a black color, and the border radius, making the edges to be curved by 20%. And this is the border color. So
Yeah, I think
that's basically a container. It's container houses
yeah, that's
other widgets. It's like a division. That's a web or a section.
so. Let's move on to the other topic. So, how long you are working on Flutter?
Hello.
How long you are working on Flutter? Yeah, I think that's all. That's fine. So, how long you are working with Flutter?
Okay, I've been working with Flutter for 5 years.
5 years. Okay. And which company you are working at present?
Presently, I'm I'm in one agency, like as a freelancer,
You
but
are working as a
current
freelancer. Okay.
yes, but currently we have no ongoing job or any job at the moment. So currently I'm like free to work on any other to jump on any opportunity.
Okay. And at present, where you are living? In which country?
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Do you have access to go to Paris? Do you have visa for Paris, or uh, you need visa? Let's say if we have a requirement in Paris, in France, do you need to process visa for that, or you have anything such? Um,
Yeah, I'll need to process the visa.
you need to process the visa. So that will be work visa you need. You will need a
Sorry.
work visa, right?
Yes. I'll need.
You need work visa. Okay. What is your rate when you are working as freelancer?
You mean my payment rate?
Yes.
Okay, it depends on the company and their. Okay, it was a monthly basis. Yeah, $2,000.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Okay. Where do we go from here? Like, what's the next step?
So for Nigeria, I have certain clients in Berlin and some other countries in France. Okay. And we have
Okay.
representative in there. So I want to say there is one visa is possible for you. If you want this area analysis, with no their ability, what can be done as a freelancer.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just hope the visa would be possible because I really want to relocate. I want to.
Yes.
relocate. Yes.
I mean, there are many one identity in Nigeria.
Yes, I would love to be one of them. I really want to relocate. I'm ready to relocate.
From Morocco, there are multiple there. Paris.
Okay.
All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you then for your time and your interest in GTS. So I will keep you posted. Our HR will keep you posted on the next step.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All the best. Take care.
Yeah.